What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion. It's time for the first mods. Well, today is the day. Nothing stays stock over here at Motomillion, where we're going to start off our Panigale V2's transformation. And what you saw in the first shot there was the handlebars hitting our front fairing. It's actually the levers. We're going lock to lock, and we're learning this bike as we go along, and that's why we have these bikes over here, so we get to use them, have them around us, and see some of the quirks that it has. And we already tried it, because you're probably going to say just lower your master cylinders and it won't hit. But on the stock master cylinders, there's a pin which holds it on the clip-on, where it doesn't allow us to change the angle of it. We'll swap over to race master cylinders in the future episodes, where we'll take care of all the handlebar components of this motorcycle. But for today, we're going to do our first mods, which is our radiator guards, tail tidy kit, fuel cap, our levers to see if the TWM levers give us more space with the stock setup, our throttle spacers, and also our spools. Enough talking, more working. Let's get started. We're headed towards a world record, guys. We have our Evotech radiator guard all prepped up and ready to go. It's a world record because you don't have to take anything off this Panigale V2 to install this. You just got to prep it, which takes under a minute. You get your tool, which is, I believe, a T30, and this is not an instructional video, guys. We're just showing the process of our build. And I want to remind you, all the products that we use on our videos are always in the link in the description below. But let's move on. Let's get this on the bike, and I want to install all the other parts that we have for today. The spools are on, the bike's on every stand, and we're moving right along on to our Fender Eliminator kit. In this case, we're going to use our Evotech Fender Eliminator kit on this motorcycle. Let's unbox it. And it looks like it comes in quite a other boxes. I forgot what those things are called. Comment down below if you know. You know those little dolls? I think they're called the Russian dolls, where we open them up and there's a bunch of other ones. If there's any other name, let me know. But I guess I gotta look at the instructions, put all this together, and then we'll get it on the bike. All right, our Fender Eliminator is on. I'm going to tell you what it's called. It's called Evotech Tuck and Roll Fender Eliminator Kit for the Panigale V2. It's looking fantastic. I mentioned the name because I tucked and rolled a few times to put it together, because it comes in so many pieces. You got to put it together like a Lego piece. I mean, I don't mind it. Thankfully, they have that beautiful 3D animation that you saw on how to put it together. But if it was all put together from the factory, it would have been very nice, and I think they would have saved a lot of packaging and the size of packaging that it comes in. But here it is. The things that I like about it is what the name actually suggests, tuck and roll. You could have it in tuck position or standard position. And this model that we have over here comes with the sequential turn signals. The sequential turn signals and the way that they mount is not exactly my taste. I would have liked it to be more streamlined, but for some people in countries, this is actually what you need legally on your motorcycle. This is the only option that is available for the Panigale V2 right now. That comes from a credible source, made in England by Evotech. So that's why we have it. If there's anything else that comes up that we think it's worth putting on a Motomillion bike, you can be sure that we'll update you on it. But we're done with the rear end of the bike, and we're done with the bike being lifted. Let's pull the bike down, get to the handlebars and the fuel tank, because we have a few more parts to install. Our TWM Fuel Cap's on. I love these things because, look at this quarter turn, you open it up, put it back on, And I want to mention TWM is the original inventor of these fuel caps. Everything else that you see that looks like this or resembles this is a replica. One other thing that I want to mention, if it's your first Panigale, it's not just the fuel cap that we remove, and when you put this on, you got to take the flange off the stock fuel cap and then mount it on and then put the TWM fuel cap. We have some very good instructions on our YouTube channel, so go check it out. It's the same as the Panigale V4, so you look up for that video and you could get instructions on step-by-step on how to install this thing. Other thing I want to mention, if you get pressure buildup in your fuel tank, it's not from your cap. Fuel tanks are not vented from the fuel cap, so if you open your fuel cap one day and there's pressure, don't blame the fuel cap. It's your charcoal canister system. It's just less noticeable when the fuel cap's on a little swing pivot like the stock one. It definitely is not the fuel cap. Now, what's the next problem on our Panigale V2? It's this throttle right here. It has this slop that we know of from the older Panigales. So we're going to install our Panigale spacers right in here. Let's get it on. Well, there goes the slop from our throttle, thanks to the Panigale spacers. And let's recap on what we did today. We installed a radiator guard by Evotech alongside the Fender Eliminator. And from TWM, we have our levers, fuel cap, and our spools. One thing you haven't seen yet is our keychain on our keys, which means this build has officially started, guys. There's a lot more parts coming its way, but you gotta be patient because this bike is brand new, so it may take you a little while till you see another episode. But until then, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.